What's up, everyone? We're back.
Hi, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Yes, welcome to 2023.
New year, new setup.
New setup.
We're trying something new. We're really trying to, freshen it up a bit.
Change it up,
Change it up. New year, new changes. You have to
renovate.
Yes.
Yes.
Make it fresh. You need to make it fresh.
Yeah.
So try something new. Different mic orientation, different camera orientation.
Correct.
To try to give you even better content, right?
And with a couple other twists in the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? So,
bro, happy 2023 to you as well.
Same to you.
And
same
all
to
the
you.
best.
Yeah. Feel like if I ain't see you in like 6 months.
It feels so. It really feels so.
But we're here. We're back again.
Yes.
And we have plenty to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. A lot. Right? And,
So, without further ado, today's topic is
men should focus on this in 2023. It's more like these, but to make it easy for everyone, we decided to put this. And to remind everyone again, we also on all the podcasting platforms, the major ones, Google, Apple, and Spotify. Okay?
Yes,
so
indeed.
Find us there. Listen to us. Tell us what you think. Give us your feedback so we could give you even better content, better quality content. Okay?
Yes, and again, guys, feel free to share, subscribe, like, drop a comment or two, share with your friends and family.
Exactly.
Right? And also, this content that our conversations are for you guys, right? It's for us, but it's also for you guys. And by extension, the wider community. So feel free to share.
Yeah, as much as it's therapy for us, we want you all to understand that it is just as much help and aid that we're trying to give to you as well. Because we're all learning in this journey that we're doing here, right? Legacy of the King is a journey. It's not something that, we're trying to, there's a particular end that we're trying to get to. We're just trying to constantly improve on what we stopped at one point. We just want to keep improving from moment to moment to moment. Okay, so please, if you know anyone that would need some advice, a different outlook on life, a different perspective, share it with them. Let them have a look.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, well, they don't. If they do, good as well.
Yeah, because we never stop learning.
Never stop learning.
Never stop
learning.
All right. So, back to the topic, bro. Mm-hmm. Men should focus on these in 2023.
Yeah, these. So, what are these things? To be honest with you, when I was thinking about it today, I had nothing prepared, actually. I had nothing planned. I had nothing in mind in terms of what guys should focus on for this year. What should really be at the front of their minds in 2023.
Right. Now, bro, I have a question
Mhm.
as it relates to what you just said. Um, so these things that men should focus on 22, 2021, 2020, to what men should focus on in 2023, or should it always be the same thing?
I think I think it depends on the person because different men, different boys,
Hmm.
yeah, teenagers, guys in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, they would be at a different stage in their lives. Some younger guys might be further along than some older guys. So it all depends. But these, the five things that I thought about are things I would say that are most common in
Mm.
terms of where we are going wrong as men, in terms of the standards that we hold for ourselves. So I'll just call them out
Sure.
and then we could always go into detail after.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's fine.
All right. So I have my trusty podcast book here,
You handy dandy
my
notebook.
handy dandy notebook. So we have physical health,
Hmm.
mental health, finances, cleaning up your social circle, and being intentional about your ideal wife. Ladies, I know it might sound like if you're feeling left out, don't worry. This is a mini series. There's a second part to this. What ladies should focus on in 2023. Okay? So don't worry. You're not getting away.
You're up next.
You're up next.
Okay.
So what do you think about that small but somewhat significant list?
Well, the first thing that stood out to me, again, is
So go on.
intentional.
Oh, intentional. Okay.
Becoming intentional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we spoke at length of that last year, and it just continues
Yeah.
going forward. The importance of intention and being intentional is, whew,
It's paramount. It's
yes,
paramount. I think everything we do, we should try our best to be intentional about it. By the way,
indeed.
guys, just in case you hear some background music, we have some unwanted DJs. Okay?
Yes,
So
yes,
please forgive
yes.
us. It's beyond our control, but we said that we have to give you something today. We can't let anything stop us. Okay? I just wanted to put that out there. Right? Good. Okay.
Again, being
Being
intentional.
intentional. The Italian. Anyway, so, so yeah. Yeah, everything that we do, we have to try to be intentional about it. We have to try. We can't just do everything
Willy nilly.
willy nilly
Hmm.
for the Trinidadians, Vikey Vi.
Yeah.
You know,
And say, well, hope for the best.
hopefully, no, we can't. We can't do that. We can't. We have to put thought into the things that we're doing. We have to,
Yes. Agreed.
because then every year we're gonna make New Year's resolutions, and every year in the second week we're gonna throw the New Year's resolutions to the side, and we're gonna do the same things we've been doing for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yes. And then say, next year for that.
Next year, right, right. We have to try to make a change. There has to be some sort of paradigm shift that
Yes.
that we make.
Correct.
in the new year, this new year 2023. We have to
So it's not just about wishing and wanting better, but actually
actually
putting things
putting
in
things in
place.
place and making the effort to do better
Yes. And be better.
and be better. Because a lot of the things that we do every year is based on habits that we've built up over the years.
Hmm.
And if it's one thing that's hard to break, is a habit, good or bad.
Yes.
If it's
Yes.
one thing that's hard to break, is a habit. From the time you start doing one thing twice, three times,
And get in a rhythm
and you
or a
get into a
routine.
rhythm or routine, and there's some sort of reward at the end, whether it be a dopamine hit or whatever it is, you get this, you get into this space where at some point in the day, you have to do this habit. And that is, it can be a benefit or it can be a detriment.
Hmm.
And that is where a lot of us fall short, especially the men. Like the ladies, they don't have, like, they might have it, they might have the issue, but ultimately they kind of, they're a lot better at crafting good habits than we are. We tend to be kind of go with the flow, if whatever come to my mind right now, I'll do it at this point in time. We don't really like build a routine. Like some of us do, but the majority of us don't. And that's where we need to you know, that find a way to create new habits, good habits, or better habits.
And we have to have the discipline to do
And
that.
we have to have the discipline to do it. Well, it's a little bit of discipline and kind of tricking your brain, kind of like it's you have to, it's discipline on one end, tricking your brain on the other end.
Hmm.
Because like we said, it's hardwired. These habits
Yes.
are hardwired.
Yes.
So it's discipline, yes, but you kind of have to do some,
Exercises.
yeah, you have
Some
to
mental
break some
exercise.
firewalls, go behind, write some new code. There's a lot of extra things that you have to do when it comes to breaking habits.
Right.
But I think if you do certain habits that can give you just as much of a dopamine hit
Hmm.
as the bad habit, it might be easier to kind of not replace but to override the habit, because you don't even get rid of it. It just goes in the background. That's the messed up thing about habits. You can't even get rid of it. It's like it just goes in the background,
In sleep mode.
sleep mode. And if you just give it a hint
Hmm.
of a chance, it's gonna come back up.
Hmm.
And that's what we have to try to avoid. So I chose these five because I think when we listen to the things that men complain about, or maybe we have complained about in the past, a lot of it comes down to those five things.
Hmm.
We have a problem with the girls. We have a problem with money. Right? We have a problem with the traumas that we've gone through in the past.
Hmm.
We have a problem with our health. And we have a problem with the friends that we keep, even though some of us may not see it. But we have, as men, we have issues here. And I don't think one is more important than the other. I think the five are just as important.
Hmm.
So, which one do you want to start with first? We can start with anyone first. We don't have to go in order of how I call it.
Let's start with the mental.
The mental health.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's something that we should focus on first, because I believe that a lot of us are walking around pretending that everything's okay, and it's not.
And we don't like to be honest about
And we
it.
don't like to be honest about it. We want to make everyone believe that we have this covered, we have it covered. But when you look at the amount of guys committing that terrible act
Yes.
to themselves
That starts with a S.
because they don't think they could give anything to the world, they think they're a burden,
Or carry on or cope even.
they can't carry on, they can't cope.
Mm.
We need to find a way to fix that. And a lot of the times it starts from our childhood, because that is the most vulnerable time psychologically in our life.
Yeah.
The things that we experienced as children between the ages of 3 and I would say 8 or 9 would determine, would be a very crucial determinant factor on the way we actually live the rest of our lives, the way we interact with people, the way we interact with women, the way we think about money, the kind of friends that we keep, the kind of activities we like to do, is all dependent on the experiences we had between the ages of 3 and the ages and 9. And if we don't go back there, we'll continue to have these issues coming up as adults, where you're seeing guys doing the most heinous of acts on themselves and on the people that they say that they love.
And then when, let's say, some of them are confronted and after doing the acts, and you ask them, well, why you did it? They don't know
They have no idea.
because they haven't gone back.
No.
They haven't revisited. They haven't. Basically, what a lot of guys do, and in people in general, they, anything bad, they sweep it under the rug and try to forget about it. And every instance where you do that, you just have this lump getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, this cancer just festering and festering and festering until eventually it just explodes. And then they would say, I don't know what came over me. But you already did it. And now we have a problem.
A big
A
one.
big problem.
Because not only were you affected, but what you didn't fix affected the community now.
Exactly. Exactly. And even though as men, we have the responsibility to fix ourselves now, whether it be going to seek therapy, finding a therapist that could help talk you through the things that you went through, or and this is even rarer, having friends or confidants in your life that can help you talk through the things that you went through. That one is even rarer.
Yep.
But one of those two things, I think, is also important, that for those of you listening that are parents right now, that have young children, it's important that you are, again, intentional about what you say to them and what you expose them to. Because these things can have a positive or a negative impact on the rest of their life. It's not about it's going to affect here and now. This is going to affect them 20 years from now.
Long term.
So you have to be intentional about the way in which you raise your child. It's not about shouting at them every single time they do something that you don't like. Sometimes you need to shout, yes. But there comes a point where shouting becomes verbal abuse.
Many times.
There comes a point
Many times.
where it becomes verbal abuse.
And just to expand on that, the times that it does become verbal abuse are the times where you yourself, as a parent, haven't dealt with your own traumas as a child.
Yeah, exactly. You as a parent, if you've already had your children, okay, they're already here. But it is imperative, it is so important that you find yourself by a therapist. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm saying you've gone through some stuff. You've gone through some things. And if you don't deal with them, you're going to put it onto your children. And now we're creating generational curses.
Yes, because the cycle continues.
The cycle is going to continue through your child, and that's going to continue through their child until someone in that generational line decides, okay, enough is enough. But how often does that happen?
Hmm.
It's very rare. It's a rare thing. It happens, but let's not play with odds. Let's try to be intentional about the way we do things, the way in which we raise our children, right? And as adults, we need to realize that our hang-ups, our flaws, the things that we've gone through, excuse me, are going to affect the way in which we see the world and the way in which we live the rest of our lives and the way in which we interact with people. Can I trust a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust friends? Can I trust a business partner? Um, why do I always try to a Trinidadian to mama guy someone or outsmart someone?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that I'm always trying to outsmart someone? Why is it that I'm always going behind someone's back? I'm talking to them good in front of their face, but behind their back, I'm saying the worst things about them, or I'm trying to sabotage something that they're doing. Why is it that I'm doing that?
And even in terms of finances, why am I bad spending?
Yeah, why am I spending badly? My parents may have spent badly.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things you have to think about. And I think it's important that you try to find someone, a therapist, a psychologist, a clinical psychologist. Yes, they exist in Trinidad, there are a lot of them. And talk out the issues that you have. Trust me, it will put you in good stead for the rest of your life. If you're in a situation that you don't like and you want to get out of it, and you think that you are the one keeping yourself back, because most of the times it's us that's keeping us back. You go and you talk out your problems. It's not going to happen in a day, it's not going to happen in a week, it's not even going to happen in 6 months. But every day that you, or every week that you go to your therapist, you are going to get better. As long as the therapist is good, because I've been to
Yeah,
I've
that's
been to some quacks,
wow.
right? So yeah, yeah. So it's really important that we focus on our mental health as men for 2023, because we can't go into new relationships. We can't raise our children with
Hmm.
these pieces of baggage that are still in our minds and in our hearts.
Not just baggage, but overweight baggage.
Overweight baggage. You know, when you go in and you're traveling, and they say they need
It's,
what's it, 50
yes,
pounds?
50
50
pounds.
pounds is the max, and you're running sharp with 90. You're
Yep.
40 pounds overweight.
Or you might have two. There's 125.
Two that are 125 each.
Yes. And a hand luggage that's about 100.
Right. And you have to go by your family and give them everything. Like, no.
Yeah.
Don't throw your baggage onto your family
Or other people.
or
As
other
a
people.
matter of fact.
Okay? Get rid of the baggage. Empty out the suitcases so that you can move on freely with your life.
Trust me. Trust us. It helps.
It helps a lot.
It feels good.
Mhm.
And everything else will you'll attract positivity.
Mhm. That weight lifted off your shoulder feels so good. Listen,
You know
it
when you
feels
when
so
you
good.
when you get a good crack in either your back, your neck,
Yeah.
or
when you get a good stretch,
or even like a itch that
a
you
good itch. Oh
yeah,
boy, a
you
good
scratch
itch.
it out good.
A good itch.
Yeah.
Like you get a good itch and like your foot start to twitch. Like
Yep.
yeah, that's the feeling of when you get over your psychological traumas. That's the kind of feeling that I'm talking about. Right? So guys, work on that for 2023. Seek out a clinical psychologist, a therapist, a counselor, and just talk out your issues. It's okay, right? These things are private and confidential. No one is going to know your business.
Again, once is a good
Once
one.
is a good once is a good clinical psychologist.
I never hear about clinical psychologists who like to gossip.
Listen,
Hey, nah. This person come and say something.
listen. If if you go to a therapist and you tell them what happened in your life, and they say, or really, tell me more. Run, run really far, get away, disappear,
And never
and never
go back.
Yeah, therapists, good therapists, tend to be very stoic. They don't show emotion; they just listen, and then they'll help you think it through. They'll talk to you about why you think you felt this way or why you think this thing affected you. They're very stoic. So look for that in your therapist. Look for a lot of stoicism. Look for a lot of questioning of why you think and how did that make you feel, and they're actually engaged in the things that you're saying. That's another thing to look for. If the therapist is only writing, all they're doing is writing, okay, and how did that make you feel? And there's no connection to the person,
Mm-hmm.
that's another red flag. Okay, that means they're just trying to get through the hour that you're there
And take your money.
and take your money, of course.
Yeah.
So
And again, it's about being intentional, even in the search for a therapist.
even in the search for a therapist, you have to be intentional. So that should be the theme for 2023. 2023, intentional is me.
Yep.
That's the theme, right? That's what we're working with this year. All right.
Living a life of intention.
Mm-hmm. So we good with mental health, and we can move on, or you want to stick on
Yeah,
it a little bit more?
we could move on
We can move. All right.
because we have some others to go through.
Yeah, we have some others to go through. All right. So which one you want to do next?
We can talk about the is the physical?
Physical health.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about
because
physical
it
now.
ties in well with the mental.
Yeah, it ties in well with the mental, for real. And why does it tie in with the mental? Because when you get in a good workout, your mind becomes so relaxed. We go to the gym, so we know. Your mind becomes so relaxed at the end of a workout that and it doesn't have to be the gym. Like you could join a martial art or whatever, right? You could join a martial art if you're into dancing, ballroom dancing, kizumba, those kind of things. You're into hiking. You're into well, gym. Any of those activities, running, any of those activities. Trust me, you're going to feel so much better
Better.
after that session, and it's going to aid in improving your mental state.
Yep, they go hand in
They
hand.
go hand in hand. So find something. You may not like the gym. Some people don't like the gym,
Mm.
but find something that has your body moving. Whether it be hey, people like CrossFit.
Yep.
Get into CrossFit. Find a CrossFit gym. Get into hiking.
Some people like hashing,
Hashing.
running all over the place,
Oh, that's
like
what
in a
it's
group.
called.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought it was just running. So yeah, so get into hashing, running, hiking, to gym, and martial art. Right? There's Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. There's capoeira, shameless plug. There's uh, karate,
Karate.
taekwondo,
Hmm.
and there's so many different boxing,
Yes.
so many different things that you could get into.
And guys, well, for international audience, there's also Muay Thai. There's you call kickboxing already.
No, so there's kickboxing, there's Muay Thai, there's Nimpu, there's Tai Chi,
Hmm.
there's uh, Anis. That's the ones with this, the other one with the sticks.
Right. There's Krav
There's Krav
Maga.
Maga, there's Savat.
Hmm.
So many different options you have.
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, the different styles of Kung Fu. There's
Yes.
so many, like you're spoiled with options. So find something that you can align yourself with that is going to make you move your body,
Yes. Get into flow.
get into flow,
Mm.
and let it not only be going to fat and wine. For our international audience, if you would like to find out what that means, come to Trinidad next month. We have a nice event that some
Or
of you would like or
or for
love.
those who cannot make it next month, there are endless videos.
That you can
Peruse.
peruse on the socials.
Yes.
Just type in Trinidad Carnival
Yes.
and amuse yourself. That didn't come out good.
Oh, yeah.
Find some entertainment in it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. All right. So yeah. So move your body. Go to the gym. Get stronger. Get more flexible. Get more mobile.
Hmm.
Right. Your mobility and flexibility is so important. Like I know we sit at desks most of the day and we don't move much. We live mostly a sedentary life right now.
Yep.
That's why it's so important that we actually consciously get up and move
Yep.
because most of us are working in sitting jobs.
Yes. And so much so, there are applications now that tell you, hey, it's time to get up, it's time to drink water,
Mhm.
it's time to do this, it's time to that.
Yeah. So don't rely on your phone to tell you to drink water. Actually,
Please. But
like drink water, please. Like don't go to the washroom and The urine, the urine brown. No, you're killing yourself slowly. Drink water, please. I'm begging you. 2023. Drink water. Okay? Eat healthy food.
Yes. Eat fruits.
Eat fruits, eat vegetables.
Mhm.
Don't only eat KFC or McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's.
Any fast food, please
Any
don't.
fast food, please don't only eat those things.
And a such a sweet thing.
Right? And don't let the excuse be, I don't know how to cook. That's no excuse in 2023 because on YouTube, there are different cooks teaching you how to cook different things. So that's not an excuse anymore. So don't give me that excuse.
Yep. And people, ramen
Ramen is not
is
food.
not food. Cup noodles is
It's
not food. Mac and cheese
Is
is
not
not food. Better than that.
Better than that. Move up. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think we got the food out of the way.
Right.
Right. Find a gym, find a martial arts school, find a hiking group, find a running group, a boxing gym, any one of those things, and move.
Yes.
Want to know why it's good to move? Because when you move, your muscles become active. When they become active, they get bigger. They become you have more endurance in them, and you start to look different. You start to look better, and when you look better, guess what happens? Women like you.
Yeah.
Women like you. They become attracted to you. No, that's why you need to do the mental thing
I was not gonna answer that.
because your looks get you in the door. Your mind keeps them there.
It keeps you
There,
inside.
there. Your mind keeps you in the door. Your looks
Ooh.
get you in the door. It gets you in. But your mind keeps you there.
The amount. Whew. Anyway, let's not get into
Let's
that.
not get into that. Let's not get into that. So we good with physical?
Physical. Mm-hmm.
Good, perfect.
Next one, let's talk about financial.
Financial. So a lot of us struggle with this.
Yep.
We spend money on things that we don't need to spend money on.
Yep.
You all know yourselves. You know what you all spend money on that you know for sure, as for a fact, that you shouldn't spend money on it, but you still do.
I know for sure. For me.
I know for sure too. So, please work on a budget every month. Before you get paid, or when you get, as soon as you get paid, work on a budget for the next month
Yes.
and track your spending
Stick to it.
and stick to it. Look at it every single day. And the reason for that is you'll realize that at the end of the next month, you have money. Why? Because you decided to not spend on unnecessary things. If you can, buy less food, right? Try to find out what is the more feasible way of transport. If it's cheaper to get a ride sharing, something ride sharing, whether it be Uber for international audience, TT ride share for Trinidad and Tobago,
Mm-hmm.
or Lyft. There's Lyft as well for the international community. Or driving your own car. Try to figure out what is more feasible.
Yes.
When you go out, you don't have to buy 15 bottles of beer. You don't need to get drunk to enjoy yourself.
And guys, as we are on that note, You don't have to always be buying wrongs for everybody
Exactly.
because you feel like I have to show off.
And that leads me into the next one, that social circle of yours.
Hmm.
If anyone gets annoyed with you because you decide that you're not going to buy wrongs for everyone again, then you were in the wrong social circle to begin with, and you need to find a new one.
Hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
You need to realize who your real friends are in 2023. When you start on this journey of improvement, people are going to walk out of your life. And that is okay. There's a saying that people come into your life for a reason, for a season, and for a lifetime. In time, you'll figure out which ones are which.
Yes. And there was an imagery some time ago that used to be circling on the internet where uh, you have this rope and the rope is pulling and there's a hand. It doesn't show the person or what is pulling the rope, but it shows that if the rope is pulling you, do not resist the rope. Do not try to pull back because that force is greater than what you are trying to do. And it shows that, or it represents, sorry, letting go.
Mhm.
We
I
must
remember
be
that. I remember it.
we
Yeah.
must be willing to let go of things that no longer serve us and people that are no longer beneficial to our lives.
Indeed. I remember that. That's the one where the rope is making the person's hand red and it's
Yes,
bleeding, right?
that same one.
Right. Yeah.
And there are different depictions of that
Yeah.
image.
That's very true. That's very true. Don't try to hold on to something that doesn't want to be there, or someone, or people that don't want to be in your life.
Yeah. And even in that simple example about the social circle and people only there because of what you could provide for them, like you have to be able to recognize it. Don't feel that you have an obligation to be there because you think that you want to fit in. Let's stop that.
Let's stop that for 2023. Don't try to fit in. Try to stand out.
Yes. So yeah. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, just to reiterate, back to health, is that health is our wealth.
It all
Without health,
starts. It all starts with health.
yeah,
Without health,
correct. You can't have a good, enjoyable life.
what's the sense being wealthy but bedridden?
Hmm.
You're not enjoying your life. Like that money is for your children. That's not for you.
Correct.
So yeah, so we touched briefly on on the social circle. We did mental health, physical health, finances.
The last one.
This one,
Da da da.
this one, this one. It's very important. Why?
Mhm.
Because this one, if you do it right or do it wrong, it can make or break your legacy. It can make or break your legacy. You have to be intentional about the wife that you choose. You have to be intentional about the wife that you choose because this is the person that is going to most likely outlive you, most likely, well, most likely outlive you, bear your children, and raise your children.
Mhm.
So don't. Just choose someone because they look good.
They have curly hair.
They have curly hair, or their
or,
eyes green,
or a big bottom.
or they bottom big, or they could whine good.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, we're going back to the whole mind thing. The looks could get them in the door, but mind keeps them there. So you need to learn to think with this head. Think with the head on your shoulders. Understand? Right. We need to think with this one. Why? Because, again, you're going to give someone the responsibility of raising your children, of teaching them the way they should go. And if they're not even good for themselves, what makes you think that they'll be good for you or your children?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, intention. Be intentional. Be intentional.
Please, please be intentional. Lord. So when you're thinking about uh, a potential wife, and notice I'm not saying a girl or a girlfriend or a woman or a companion, a wife. I say wife because I'm talking legacy building. There's a reason why we call the podcast Legacy of the King.
Mm-hmm.
Your legacy is based in the woman that you marry and your children. And it is your job as the man, as the leader of the household, to guide them to the legacy that you can see in your mind's eye. So when you've decided to go back into the dating scene, you have to know what you're going to talk to them about, what you're going to ask them. What are the types of conversations you're going to have? Because try not to have conversations about unnecessary things. Like don't talk about celebrities and what they do and what they didn't do and who dating who. No, no, no.
Those are empty topics.
Those are empty topics. They serve no purpose in your life. They do not benefit you in any way, and they may even be detrimental. So try not to talk about those things. Talk about ambition. Talk about family. Talk about the the things that you would like to build. Find out what they like to do. How do they see themselves as a wife, a companion? Look at how they interact with you. Look at the way in which they let's say you decide to go on a date. Look at how they treat other people.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how they treat the waiter or the waitress.
Animals.
Look at how they treat animals. All of these things are little cues that you could look for that can really determine whether or not this person is wife material or let me just leave this right here.
It looks good, but I'm not touching it.
Exactly. That's kind of like like a coral snake, like a pretty, yeah, but it could kill you.
Yep.
So, not again, another saying, not all that glitters is gold. Again, intention. Be intentional about every
Everything.
aspect of your life as a man. Let's stop with the willy nilly, vikey vi, however it hang it swing.
Hmm.
Let's try to avoid that for 2023. Let's try to do it different. Let's try to do this year in a different way. And let's see how the end of the year looks.
I mean, what you have to lose?
What you have to lose?
Every
You
year
have
doing the same
nothing to
thing
lose.
over and over. Why not try something different?
Exactly. You have nothing to lose, and you have
So
so
much
much to
to
gain.
gain.
So much to gain.
As the saying goes, don't knock it before you try it.
Don't knock it before you try it. So, yeah, those are the five. Those are the five. And I think that's it. I don't need to say anything else. I think I think that is enough to start with.
Yes. 2023? Yes.
Yeah, because we try not to like overwhelm people with things. So
Yeah.
five things for the whole year. Like yeah,
But it's 5 action packed things.
five action packed things. Yeah, five action packed things.
Yeah.
I hope one day that one or two of you could message us and say, "Yo, Nick, Ron, listen, man, I took your advice for 2023 and I ended the year with a girlfriend. I think we're gonna get married. I lost so much and so much of pounds. I gained so much and so much of muscle. I added this amount of money to my bank account.
Hmm.
I'm doing really well." Like we would just love to hear that. We would love, love, love to hear that. If I hear that, I think then we doing our job.
Correct is right.
If we hear any of those things, then we're doing our job. And the things that we're talking about actually impacting people in a positive way. And that was the whole purpose of doing Legacy of the King. You know, it, we don't like to see our fellow men or brothers suffer. We see too much bad things going on with the guys.
Hmm.
The guys are neglected by society. The school system tends to focus more on the ladies than the men. We tend to work harder jobs. We tend to be attacked violently more, and we're talking about frequency here. Statistics prove it. It's not just me talking out of my face. Okay,
And now it's not only physically,
and it's not only physically.
it's a lot of verbal
Yeah, a lot
as
of
well.
verbal abuse and so on. So men go through it, and we started Legacy of the King so that we could talk about our journey while at the same time helping other guys with theirs. Because I think once guys get better, the world will get better. And that is a world I would love to live in. So if you don't have anything else to
That's
say,
yeah.
I think I think that's it.
Yes. Like a tin of condensed milk, short and sweet.
Good.
All right,
So
guys.
it was amazing. Happy New Year to every one of you. Guys and ladies.
Yes.
Because ladies, we're coming for you next week.
Next week, stay tuned.
So stay tuned for that. It was a nice conversation again.
Yes.
First one in a long time.
Yes. And a nice opener for the
A
year.
nice opener for the year. And I think this year is going to be really, really good for everyone.
Yeah.
It's going
So,
to have a lot of positive change.
yep. So we've set the standard, we've set the bar high, right? Let's continue to do that and let's wave the banner.
Hmm. Again, just to remind everyone, we're on all the major podcasting platforms: Google, Apple, and Spotify. And feel free to like, subscribe, and share. We're also on TikTok and Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
right? So follow us at Legacy of the King _official on Instagram. And is it Legacy of the King official on TikTok?
I believe so. Can't
I think
remember.
it's that.
We'll confirm next
We'll
week for sure.
confirm. We'll confirm next week
Yeah. All right.
because it's kind of long. So yeah. So we're on social media. We are on all the podcasting platforms. We are on YouTube. So again, like, share, subscribe, give us your feedback, tell us what you think, tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, what we can improve on, give us some ideas for episodes. And
Yeah.
we'll give you a shout out. And
Yeah. Feel free to give us some feedback.
yeah,
Leave a comment or two, or private messages.
yeah, private message us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Yes.
Okay?
All right.
And let's make 2023 our year.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Thanks again, guys. Thanks for
again.
joining us. Take care.
Take care.